This is my most requested video regarding the Pixel 8 Pro. Many of you want to know how it compares to the iPhone 15 Pro Max, and I am here to deliver. I've spent exactly 2 weeks with the Pixel 8 Pro, and a lot has changed since day one. Even with the iPhone, from performance to battery especially, and of course, those cameras. But which one is the right one for you? Let's find out. Let's start with arguably the most important category, the price. I believe pricing is very important because for one, it is your hard-earned money, and two, this is more or less sets the pace for the decision at the end of this video. So with the Pixel 8 Pro, it saw a price increase, which is about $999 right now, and that is for the base model of 128 gig of storage. While the 15 Pro Max is $1,200 US, and that is for 256 gigs out of the box. That is a $200 difference. It could even be more if you decide to get the Pixel 8 Pro next month during Black Friday. Apple usually don't reduce their prices for any reason whatsoever. Maybe some retail stores might have a discount, but in my experience, it rarely happens. With the two prices in your head, let's talk about the design. Design is also important to me because it is what you look at every day and more or less reminds you if whatever phone you decide to buy is the right one. If we're looking at color options, the iPhone 15 Pro Max has muted colors. It is the black, the blue, the white, and natural titanium, with natural titanium being the best color option, and while the Pixel has bay blue, white, and the standard black. Color preference is based on what you like, but if I had to choose one for each, it'll be the natural titanium for the iPhone 15 Pro Max and the black for the Pixel 8 Pro. One of the many changes on the Pixel 8 Pro this year is the finish at the back. It is a glass back, but instead of having that glossy finish with the Pixel 7 Pro, the 8 Pro now has a matte finish that is very soft. It really gives the color more of a premium look and feel to it. Most of my time, I go caseless every now and then because it is hard to use this with a case on. The sides are still aluminum with a USB-C port at the bottom and stereo speakers, and these are some of the best speakers in the smartphone industry. They're loud, they're punchy, and the bass does not give out as the phone or the volume increases. If you look at the back, Google expanded where the camera sensors are, also upgrading the camera and the lenses, which we'll dive into very soon. And next to it, we have a temperature sensor. You can measure the temperature of different things, your food, your beverages, water, glass, fabrics, and many more. Best use case is for finding out the temperature of your coffee or a newborn baby's bottle, or maybe even your fever. The problem here is, I'm not really sure how accurate this is. It gives different temperatures on the same subject. It also does it almost instantaneously, so I cannot really confirm if this is indeed real. That being said, Google did say they submitted an application to the FDA to use the thermometer app to take body temperatures and, save it on your Fitbit, so that is something I would love to see down the line. The design for the 15 Pro Max remains unchanged from the 14 Pro Max, but there are physical changes. The first is the action button that is essentially a shortcut to open apps on your phone. I mapped out mine to always open the camera. And the second physical change is moving away from aluminum to titanium, which means you get more of a lighter phone and a more durable phone. Apple is saying the phone is more durable because it is grade 5 titanium, which is very sus and deceiving because there have been multiple durability tests from creators and casual users, and it's not exactly positive. I usually, if not all the time, put a case on my phone, and what better case to use than Casetify? I asked them to send over some cases to help you guys, and they said, why not? They did sponsor this part of the video, and even without it, these are some of the best cases for the iPhone 15 Pro Max. I hate bulky cases to begin with, and I choose Casetify every single time because their cases are slim and protective, reducing impact when you drop your phone by 95%. They also have different designs and customizations, allowing you to pick from a standard print case, or you can add a bit of a personality as I did mine. For the iPhone, for example, they sent me the Ultra Bounce case, an impact case, and the impact ring stand case. If you happen to drop your phone a lot or you're going for an adventure, the Ultra Bounce case comes in handy. It can withstand drops from up to 32 feet and contains 6 layers of rugged protection, including an integrated camera lens protector. The best part, each one is Maxi friendly, and with the Pixel 8 Pro, the impact cases are compatible with different wireless chargers. Also, Casetify is eco-friendly. Their cases are made from 65% recycled and plant-based materials, so it's nice to know the brand caters to their environment. If you want to buy one, go to casetify.com/KJOS to get 15% off, and I'll also leave a link in the description below if you are interested. The next category is the display, and boy, there are some changes. Google is calling the display of the Pixel 8 Pro a super accurate display. And from my research and findings, it is essentially an L2PO panel with a variable refresh rate that can switch from 1Hz to 120Hz. The big upgrade here is the display can go up to 1600 nits when watching HDR content and then 2400 nits of peak brightness. In contrast, the iPhone 15 Pro Max offers only 2000 nits of max brightness, and to even give more context, that is the same as the Pixel 8, that is $699 USD. In theory, the Pixel 8 Pro should be brighter than the iPhone 15 Pro Max under direct sunlight, but that is not the case. In reality, they're about the same. But don't get me wrong, the 8 Pro is brighter in some use cases, but I think we've reached a point in the smartphone industry where the displays are so good, we as consumers or creators can't even tell the difference. This is a side-by-side comparison of the same video. They both look great, the blacks are black, the color is accurate and it's also pretty good, so I don't think I can say one display is better than the other. What differentiates them is how they unlock the phone. The Pixel 8 Pro has two ways, which is face unlock and the fingerprint scanner. The fingerprint scanner is far from perfect. Actually, it is not consistent at all. That is until you turn off the haptics and it becomes much more responsive. It's not still great, but it is a better experience. With face unlock, I think Google really puts an emphasis on it because it is very fast. Obviously not fast as Face ID, because let's face it, nothing is beating Face ID in 2023. But majority of my time with the Pixel 8 Pro, face unlock has been my primary way of unlocking my phone. I'm finding it hard to categorically say which display is better because they both excel and fail in different places. It just really comes down to what is important to you. Let's move on to the battery life, and with the Pixel 8 Pro, there is a massive improvement from when I unboxed this 2 weeks ago and today. At first, the battery life was very average, 4 to 5 hours of screen time, maybe 6 if I'm pushing it, which is, very average. But now, 2 weeks later, I comfortably get 7 to 8 hours of screen time with great standby time too. I knew this would eventually happen. I guess the adaptive battery has really set in and transformed my battery performance, so I'm happy with my experience. The 15 Pro Max has undoubtedly the better battery life than the Pixel 8 Pro, even though it is a smaller battery capacity. I get more screen time on a daily, and I mean these were times I was shooting video in ProRes log, taking a bunch of pictures and then some. Both are great, but at the end of the day, the iPhone 15 Pro Max will give you more battery life. A huge change in both the Pixel 8 Pro and the 15 Pro Max is with its performance and software. While the Pixel 8 Pro has the Tensor G3 that is focused on software and its new AI features, the iPhone 15 Pro Max's A17 Pro is focused on raw power and performance. The Pixel does not come close to the A17 Pro at all, but using both of these phones on a day-to-day basis, the difference is not day and night. The 8 Pro is buttery smooth thanks to Google's software that complements the Tensor G3, apps open on time, RAM management is pretty good. What the Pixel 8 Pro lacks in power, it gains with software and those AI features. And there are many, like video boost for example, audio remover and many more. But my favorite so far has to be Magic Editor and Best Take. Magic Editor is their generative AI tool that changes small or large details of your picture, and you can move objects around, change the color of the sky, and many more. I know a lot of people are going to have a ton of fun just trying this out. Best Take, on the other hand, is great, but it also wears me out a lot of the time. Take these two pictures for example. Most people I showed couldn't even tell the difference. If you couldn't tell, the one on the left is the original picture, while the one on the right is Google's AI software magic changing my face. It's kind of crazy. With all this, Google is promising 7 years of security and software updates. And many people seem to doubt it for some reason, but most people don't know Google has never really missed an OS update for their phones ever. So I'm not really sure where this skepticism is coming from. Only time will tell. The A17 Pro for the iPhone 15 Pro Max is very powerful. So powerful that Apple is pushing this to be able to play console gaming on your phone, just like Resident Evil. I'm sorry, that is kind of insane. Some creators have already had an early access and it looks amazing. I'm not sure how this will help its overheating issues that is currently going on, even with the new updates. A phone getting warm is normal. It is a computer running all sorts of programs in the background, so it is bound to happen. It becomes a problem when it stops you from using your phone, which many people have reported. I'm not really sure how Apple are going to deal with this, but we'll see what happens. There is no way we can talk about an iPhone and a Pixel video without talking about the cameras. So which has the better camera system? From my comments over the last few years on YouTube, picture quality is very subjective. For example, the Pixel 8 has real tone, which means it will get my exact skin tone or skin color, and I think it nails it with each picture that I took. But with the iPhone 15 Pro Max, it reduces the shadows and makes my skin darker than it should be. But I get comments every now and then saying it looks better than the Pixel 8 Pro. Not sure why. Personally, I'll take the Pixel's image processing any single day. From the main sensor, the iPhone is much more vibrant and adds more color than the Pixel 8 Pro. Both have great detail, and I think this all comes down to preference with how it looks and feels. They both have a telephoto lens and are both good within their own right, but the background blur on the Pixel 8 Pro feels much more natural without any editing done. The ultra-wide lens is pretty good on both phones, and that new 48 megapixel lens on the Pixel 8 Pro does well in gathering more detail with each image, but if we're being completely honest, they both have good ultra-wide cameras, and it's not really comparable. Video, on the other hand, is kind of tough because the Pixel 8 Pro's video this year is on another level. The color balance is very good, it's sharp with great dynamic range. It does tend to over sharpen or use software to compensate sometimes, but it is very good, and this is without video boost, by the way. I am thoroughly impressed with the video on the Pixel 8 Pro. Does Apple finally have competition when it comes to video recording? Let me know down in the comments. When it's all said and done, which phone has or offers the best value? This depends on two things. If you have maybe an older iPhone and you're not really impressed with the iPhone 15 Pro or Pro Max this year, and you want to try something different and you're on a budget, then it might be time to make a switch. On the other hand, if that ecosystem is beating your ass and you're losing and you're coming from the iPhone 13 or the 13 Pro and lower, then getting the iPhone 15 Pro or the Pro Max is also the right choice for you. But that is just one man's opinion, and I'd like to hear yours. Is the Pixel 8 Pro the better value, or are you deep in the ecosystem? Comment down below and let me know. As always, if you found this video useful, smash that like button and let's try to get this video to 500 likes again for the third time in a row. Subscribe too, as you know, this goes a long way for me. Thank you guys for watching. My name is KJOS, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.